The scent of pine and cold stone is all I have ever known. It is the scent of the Omega Quarters, the scent of being invisible. Here, in the heart of the Shadow Moon Pack, I am less than a shadow. I am Alara, the wolfless Omega, a stain on our proud lineage. My beast is silent, a hollow space in my soul, where a raging wolf should be. This silence makes me a pariah, a walking symbol of weakness. Tonight, however, a frantic, impossible hope flutters in my chest like a trapped bird. It is the night of the Moon Festival, the one night a year where the goddess is said to reveal true mates. The clearing buzzes with energy, thick with the sense of musk, anticipation, and burning cedar. Alphas stand proud, betas flank them, and even other omegas carry the rich, earthy perfume of their wolves. I stand at the edge, hidden by the deep shadows of an ancient oak, my own scent a pathetic whisper of rain and fear. Then he arrives, Alpha Kale. Power radiates from him in waves, a palpable force that quiets the clearing. He is all storm and granite, his scent of ozone and dark soil flooding my senses, and for a moment I cannot breathe. His eyes, the color of molten silver, scan the crowd. Then they land on me. The world narrows to a single point. A golden thread, shimmering in the moonlight, seems to snap taut between us. The hollow space inside me aches, then floods with an impossible warmth. Mate, a voice whispers in my soul, a voice I have never heard before. It is the first stirrings of my dormant beast, awakened by his presence. His scent is no longer just powerful, it is home, it is everything. His eyes widen, a flicker of shock, of raw, primal recognition crossing his stoic features. He takes a step toward me, and the trapped bird in my chest sings a wild, triumphant song. He sees me. My alpha sees me. He stops. His jaw tightens, and the warmth in his gaze freezes over, replaced by a chilling disbelief, then disgust. The golden thread between us turns brittle, cracking with the frost of his sudden revulsion. He looks from me to the pack elders, his powerful shoulders squared with a terrible resolve. His voice, when it comes, is not a lover's whisper, but a judge's sentence, ringing with the cold finality of an executioner's axe. I, Alpha Kale of the Shadow Moon Pack, he booms, his words striking me like physical blows, reject this wolfless Omega as my mate and my Luna. A collective gasp ripples through the pack. The world tilts, sound turning into a dull roar in my ears. The golden thread shatters, and a pain unlike anything I have ever known rips through my soul. A visceral tearing of spirit from spirit. It is a wound that bleeds no blood but empties me of everything. She is a flaw, he continues, his silver eyes now devoid of any recognition, looking straight through me. A weakness our pack cannot afford. She will bring no strength, bear no true wolf pups. She is nothing. He turns his back on me, a gesture of ultimate dismissal. She is exiled. Have her gone from our lands by sunrise. The pack members part for him as he stalks away, their scents now a putrid mix of pity and contempt. No one meets my eyes. I am no longer one of them. I am just the nothing he declared me to be. The pain is a living thing, clawing at my insides, and as I stumble away from the clearing, banished and broken, the scent of pine and cold stone is replaced by the suffocating stench of shame. The next 2 years are a blur of hunger and cold. The wilderness is unforgiving, a harsh teacher that strips away the soft Omega I was and leaves behind something harder, something forged in the crucible of survival. I learn the language of the forest, the bite of the wind, the taste of desperation. My dormant beast remains silent, the initial flicker of its voice during the rejection now just a cruel memory. The ache of the broken bond is a constant companion, a phantom limb that throbs with every lonely dawn. I am at my lowest, huddled in a makeshift shelter against a biting winter wind, when I hear the scream. It is thin and reedy, the cry of an elder. I find her near the creek, a small, frail woman with eyes as dark as the winter sky, cornered by two creatures of living shadow. They are not wolves, not rogues. They are things of nightmare, with claws of solidified darkness and teeth that seem to drink the light. My first instinct is to run, to preserve the pathetic life I have clung to so fiercely. But the old woman looks at me, her gaze not pleading, but steady, and something inside me shifts. I will not die a coward. I grab a sharpened branch, my only weapon, and scream a challenge. The fight is clumsy and desperate. I am no warrior, but I am a survivor. I move, I dodge, I stab with my pitiful spear. One of the creatures swipes at the elder, and without thinking, I throw myself in front of her. A searing pain explodes in my shoulder as dark claws tear through flesh. I cry out, stumbling back, but the distraction is enough. The elder raises her hands, and a blinding silver light erupts from her palms, vaporizing the shadow creatures into wisps of smoke. She rushes to my side, her touch surprisingly strong as she examines my wound. "You are brave, child," she says, her voice a low hum of power. "Braver than any wolf. You have the heart of a protector." She introduces herself as Lyra. She tends to my wound with herbs that smell of moonlight and forgotten magic. She tells me I am not wolfless, but moon-touched, a descendant of a bloodline that channels the moon's power directly, without the need for a beast. The rejection, she explains, did not destroy me because my power was merely sleeping, not absent. Under her guidance, my transformation begins. The ache in my soul does not vanish, but it is joined by something new: power. Lyra teaches me to draw on the lunar cycle, to weave light into a shield, to shape moonlight into a weapon. My muted scent of rain and fear blossoms into something complex and intoxicating, the fragrance of night-blooming jasmine and ozone after a storm. I am no longer a servant. I am no longer an outcast. I build a small community in these borderlands, a haven for others cast out. I become their leader, their protector. I find a new purpose. A kind healer named Liam, his scent of chamomile and earth, a soothing balm, begins to watch me with gentle eyes. He offers a peace I never thought I could have. He offers a life without the ghost of a silver-eyed alpha. My life is a constant, waking nightmare. 2 years have passed since the rejection, and not a single night has offered me peace. My wolf, the beast that is the core of my being, is at war with me. He paces the confines of my soul, snarling, reminding me of my failure, of the mate I threw away. "Ours," he growls, a ceaseless mantra of torment. "You broke us. You broke her." The bond, severed as it is, still pulses with her pain, a phantom echo that keeps me from sleep, that turns my food to ash. I tried to take another Luna, a strong she-wolf of noble blood, but my body rejected her. My wolf nearly tore her apart. The elders whisper that I am cursed. They are right. My pack weakens under my distracted leadership, and a new threat gnaws at our borders. Shadow creatures, the elders call them. Things we have not seen in generations. They bleed our warriors, and I cannot stop them. I am haunted by a scent I can barely recall, a faint memory of pine and hope that I crushed under the heel of my pride. Word reaches me of a powerful sorceress in the borderlands, a woman who commands the moonlight and keeps the shadow creatures at bay. They call her the Moon Guardian. Desperate, I lead a war party to seek her aid. We find her settlement nestled in a hidden valley, a place of quiet strength. And when she steps out to meet me, the world stops turning. It is Alara, but it is not the girl I exiled. This woman stands tall, clad in dark leathers, a silver circlet on her brow. The power rolling off her is immense, a calm, cool ocean to my raging fire. And her scent, gods, her scent. It is night-blooming jasmine and ozone, a fragrance so potent and beautiful it brings me to my knees. The broken bond inside me doesn't just scream, it detonates. My wolf howls in a mixture of agony and ecstasy. Mate, she is here, whole, powerful. He claws at my insides, desperate to reach her. Her eyes, the color of warm earth, land on me, and they are glacial. The hope I once saw in them is gone, replaced by a hard, polished stillness. There is no recognition, no pain, just the detached assessment one gives an enemy. Alpha Kale, she says, her voice smooth and cold as river stone. To what do we owe the honor? My tongue feels thick in my mouth. We need your help, I manage to say, my voice a rough rasp. The shadow creatures are overwhelming us. She gives a small, humorless smile. The creatures that have plagued my people for 2 years, the ones your patrols ignored because we are outcasts, now that they threaten your precious territory, you seek my aid. Why should I help the man who declared me a nothing? Every word is a perfectly aimed dart, piercing the armor of my pride. Standing beside her is a man with a gentle face and the scent of a healer. He places a hand on her arm, a gesture of easy intimacy that sends a murderous rage through me. My wolf snarls. Ours! He touches ours. Alara looks at the healer, Liam, and her expression softens in a way I have never seen. A way she never looked at me. It is all right, Liam, she says softly, before turning her cold eyes back to me. I will consider your request. My people come first, not your pack, not your pride. She dismisses me with a nod, turning and walking back into her settlement, leaving me standing in a haze of her scent, the agony of my mistake more profound than ever. She has the power. She has a new life, and I am the one left begging in the dirt. The external threat forces us into a tense alliance. Her warriors, disciplined and skilled in fighting the shadows, move with a grace my own wolves lack. We fight side by side, a constant agonizing proximity. Her scent is a relentless torment, a promise of what I destroyed. I watch her with Liam, see the easy way they speak, the way he makes her smile. It is a quiet, gentle thing, that smile. Not the radiant joy I imagined she would have given her mate. The jealousy is a poison, acidic and hot, burning through my veins. My wolf is a frantic beast, demanding I reclaim what is mine, but I know I have no right. One night, after a brutal skirmish that leaves both our forces battered, I find her alone by the creek, washing the blood from her hands. The moonlight catches in her dark hair, making her look ethereal, untouchable. This is it. Words are not enough. They are cheap, meaningless after the cruelty of my own. I approach slowly, and she tenses, her hand straying to the dagger at her belt. I am not here to fight, I say, my voice hoarse. She does not turn. Then why are you here? She asks, her tone clipped. I stop a few feet away. I take a breath, and then I do the only thing left for me to do. I drop to my knees in the damp earth. Her head whips around, her eyes wide with shock. I lower my head, exposing the back of my neck, and then I bare my throat to her, the ultimate act of submission. I was wrong, I say, my voice breaking, the words torn from the deepest, most shamed part of my soul. I was a fool, a coward. I was terrified of what the elders would say, of the pack seeing a wolfless Luna as a sign of my weakness. My pride, my pathetic, arrogant pride, made me destroy the most precious gift the goddess ever gave me. I broke you. I broke us. And I have lived in my own personal hell every moment since. Tears I did not know I could shed trace paths through the grime on my face. I am not asking for your forgiveness, because I have not earned it. I am not asking you to choose me. I am here to tell you that you have the ultimate power over me. If you wish me to leave and never return, I will go. If you wish my pack to serve you, they are yours. If you wish my life for the pain I caused you, I trail off, my meaning clear. The choice is yours. It will always be yours. I surrender my will to you, Ilara, completely. I wait, kneeling in the mud, my throat bared, my life and future entirely in her hands. The silence stretches, filled only by the chirping of crickets and the frantic, hopeful pounding of my own heart. This is my penance. This is my grovel. And whatever she decides, I will accept it. From the shadows of the trees, Liam watches us. He sees the Alpha King on his knees, and he sees the conflict in Ilara's eyes. Later, he finds her. His voice is gentle, filled with the sadness of a good man facing an impossible truth. I can give you a life of peace, Ilara, he says, his hand hovering over hers, but not touching it. But I cannot mend a soul that was split in two. He broke your heart, but he is still the other half of your spirit. The moon does not make mistakes. Do not choose me to punish him. Choose what will make you whole. He smiles, a sad, beautiful smile. You deserve to be whole. With that, he gives her a small bow and walks away, leaving her with a choice only she can make. The final battle erupts without warning. The leader of the shadows, a monstrous being of pure darkness and ancient malice, rises from the earth. It radiates an aura of despair that weakens our warriors, draining their will to fight. Lyra, Kyle's grandmother, stands with us, her face grim. It can only be vanquished by the light of a fully completed bond, she cries out over the din of battle. The moon touched, and her alpha united as one. Kyle fights like a demon, his silver eyes fixed on me, placing his body between me and every threat. He is no longer fighting for his pack, but for me. The shadow leader lunges, not for him, but for me. Its claws, dripping with oblivion, slash through the air. Kyle roars and throws himself in my path. The claws sink deep into his chest. He coughs, blood spraying from his lips, but his eyes never leave mine. They are filled with pain and love and a final desperate plea. My mind screams, I can let him die. I can be free of the pain, of the memories of him. But as I look at him, bleeding out on the ground for me, I know that freedom would be an empty, hollow thing. Liam's words echo in my head. Choose what will make you whole. The dormant power inside me, the part of my soul that has been sleeping, finally speaks with a clear, possessive roar. Mine. I accept you, Kyle, I whisper, dropping to my knees beside him, placing my hand over his heart. I accept this bond. His eyes widen. A wave of energy, pure, brilliant silver, explodes from us. The broken bond doesn't just heal, it reforges itself in starlight, stronger and more radiant than before. Hours, His wolf howls in my mind, a triumphant, joyous sound that merges with my own power. I rise, pulling the light of the full moon into myself. It is no longer just a tool. It is a part of me, of us. Carl staggers to his feet, his wound already closing, the dark magic purged by our united light. We face the Shadow Leader together. Our power, intertwined and absolute, slams into the creature, and it dissolves into nothingness, its final shriek swallowed by our silent, blazing light. Months later, I stand on the balcony of the Alpha's den. My balcony now. Kale stands behind me, his arms wrapped around my waist, his chin resting on my shoulder. His scent of ozone and soil is a constant, comforting presence, a perfect harmony with my own. The pack below is healing, thriving under the joint rule of an alpha who learned humility, and a Luna who commands the moon itself. Our bond is a warm, steady hum beneath my skin, a quiet song of two halves made whole. He gently traces the faint, silvery scar on my shoulder, the mark left by the shadow creature all those years ago when I defended his grandmother. His voice is thick with an emotion he no longer hides. You saved her that day. You saved all of us. I lean back into his strength, my hand covering his. The scars on our souls remain, not as wounds, but as reminders of the price we paid, of the journey that forged us. They are a map of our story. We saved each other, I correct him softly, and in the peaceful silence, under the watchful gaze of the moon we both serve, I know we are finally home.